indolence and lust. These two are the greatest obstacles on the path to self-realization. It is patience and fortitude that are most helpful. If anyone has been so blessed as to feel that the spiritual path is all beneficial, if God bestows His grace in anyone in this way, it is necessary that he should exert his willpower to the utmost and devote day and night to the service of God. Secrets to a God-centered life. The various activities that aid the spiritual life have to be knit together closely with ever-renewed effort. Just as in a flower garland carefully strung, the thread cannot be seen. No sooner does the mind find a gap in the garland than it will direct all its actions downwards, towards the perishable. Therefore, even though meditation may never be successful, persist to the limit of your capacity. One should engage in japa, worship, recite holy texts, sing the praises of God, or read books on spiritual subjects. Choose carefully and abide strictly by such occupations as awaken godly thoughts and feelings. Be very firm in your resolve to cultivate as much as possible the actions that are helpful to a God-centered life. Engage in them even when there is no desire so to do, as one takes medicine. With or without inclination, persevere in their performance, so that there may be no time at all left for the display of restlessness. To indulge in physical comforts is to turn aside from the communion with God. To yield to the likes and dislikes of the tongue, and to taste in order to satisfy the palate, is to deprive oneself in equal measure of the relish of the divine. Therefore, whatever food or drink is taken should be consecrated to God. Keep your thinking on a very high level. Praise and blame, filth and sandal paste must become alike. Nothing in the world should be repulsive to you. Look into your own heart and become repelled by the repulsion. It is only so long as the mind is filled with the thought of God, with the awareness of His presence, that there can be real rest. Food, sleep, toilet, clothes, etc. should be given only as much attention as is needed for the maintenance of health. What is the use of a merely well-nourished body? Rather, should it become an aid to spiritual endeavor. Exclusively to this end must the current of life be diverted away from the world, moving entirely in the direction of the divine. Take pains to discover for yourself the various things that you can do with real joy and that will bring you nearer to God. Has anyone ever become great by sitting down and saying, "I cannot"? Anger, greed, and the like must be altogether abandoned. Neither should you be swayed by praise or prestige. Do not retort in a spirit of contradiction to anything that is said. Reply politely with, "Smile and say no more." All work must be done as a service to God. The longer you can remain stirred inwardly by the feeling of His presence, the more will your body, your mind, and your actions progress towards the divine state of being. attune yourself solely to God. Where the thought of God is, there He Himself is present in the form of that thought. To seek truth is man's one and only duty. Learn by heart hymns and verses in praise of God and repeat them whilst you move about. Never allow your mind to be idle. Keep it engaged in the repetition of a mantra, of God's name, of sacred hymns and the like, or else in pure remembrance. One thing more, joys and sorrows are time-born, and obviously cannot last. Therefore do not be swayed by them. Keep in mind that they must pass in time. Aiming at the highest, hold your course and attend your work, totally unconcerned with the results. And yet another thing, it is He, verily, who manifests Himself in all temperaments and forms. Whomsoever you may hate, you hate but your own beloved. In the whole universe, in all states of being, in all forms, is He. All are His names, all shapes His shapes, all qualities His qualities, and all modes of existence are truly His. To help towards self-realization, He appears to different individuals in different ways, in the shape of the guru, of the mantra, of the object of one's worship and of devotion, inspiration. Even if devotion and reverence are not natural to you, try to cultivate them by recognizing the need of them. Do all your work with this attitude. The greater the difficulties and obstructions, and the more intense your endeavor to cling to His feet, the more will your power increase from within. And when the time is ripe, you will gain mastery over this very power. Time is precious and must be used well. The day, the hour that is gone returns not.